Now again, Slimani with the ball, 38 minutes into this game, plays a beautiful ball into Jamie Vardy, who gets the first goal of this Leicester City career mode in the... Hey guys, how is it going? It is S2G and welcome to the second episode of the Leicester City Career Mode series. The support on the first episode of this series was absolutely incredible, over 3,000 views and over 150 likes, just insane, and I want to thank you all for the support on the first episode of this series. The last episode we didn't really make any transfers, we just played our first game in pre-season and we did win that game, by the way, and in today's episode now we're going to make some transfers. If you guys are excited for today's Career Mode episode, make sure to drop a like on this video. If you guys could smash out 100 likes this time, that'll be incredible. Make sure to subscribe if you are new around here, as there will be daily FIFA 17 content coming your way. Also follow me on Twitter to stay updated with the channel. As you can see, our budget right now 40 million right now, so we can make some pretty big transfers. In the last episode, I asked you guys to suggest me some players to bring in, basically a left winger, a right midfielder, a right winger to back up Riyad Mahrez, and also a first choice right back. You guys left some awesome suggestions and we're going to go through them in a moment. First of all guys, let's have a look at our calendar and see what games we will be playing in today's episode. So first up, we have FC Porto. I'm going to be playing that game. It's against a pretty big team. It's going to be an interesting one as well. We'll see how our squad plays against Porto, and then probably I'm just going to play the final of this tournament because I don't want to waste too much time playing these games. Instead, I just want to focus on transfers in today's episode. So let's have a look at the shortlist. You guys suggested a ton of plays, so these are the plays that were most popular from each position. So first up, right back, we have Kieran Trippier. Trippier, of course, a fantastic right back right now playing for Spurs. He was so popular in the comments, so we're going to go for Kieran Trippier, yeah. And of course, Mikel Antonio as well, very popular to be back up to Riyad Mahrez. We're going to try and bring him in. Yannick Carrasco could be our superstar signing of this transfer window. He was pretty popular as well as, you know, a first choice left winger. So for the first offer, I'm going to put in £25 million for Yannick Carrasco. Let's see what Atletico Madrid come back and say. We haven't put in offers for Trippier and Antonio because I want to know what their overall is first. So I've sent scouts to find that out, and then we'll decide what bid should we put in. So these are the players I'm going to get rid of: Ujoa, Vasilevsky, and a lot of youngsters who I want to loan out so that they can get better and come and play for us. But for now guys, we have a press conference before we get into our game against Porto, and of course after that Porto game we'll try and make some signings. But first up, a press conference. So the first question for today is, who will start out of Zila and Schmeichel? So my plan is to play Schmeichel in the Premier League and Zila in the Champions League and the Cup games. Let me know what you guys think about that. In terms of preference, I definitely prefer Schmeichel because look at Schmeichel's stats, way better than Zila. I know Zila has some good stats, but Schmeichel overall seems like the better goalkeeper. So that answers that question. And now let's move on to the next question, which is, what is your league expectations for this year? Is the main focus the league or the Champions League? Now the board want us to get a Europa League spot, but I believe we can fight for a Champions League spot. We have a good squad, and with potentially Carrasco coming in, this team will look really good. The main focus, the league or the Champions League? I'm going to go with the league because I believe we don't have a squad to compete in the Champions League against the likes of Barcelona, Bayern Munich. It'll take some time, but for this season it's going to be the league. And that is it for the press conference. If you guys have any questions for press conferences, make sure to leave them down in the comment section below. This is the team I'm going with for this game against FC Porto. Of course, no Vardy in this one. A lot of my first team players not playing in this one because they aren't fully fit, and they of course took part in the previous game, hence that's why. And this game against Porto was really difficult. We didn't have Vardy or Mahrez, so it was even more difficult. Porto had the first opportunity of this game, and even the second one, as they were attacking really well, and we weren't able to defend them too well, as of course no West Morgan in this one, no Simpson as well. Luis Hernandez is playing as right back, and tell you what, he did impress me in that position, so I'll give him that. But apart from that, we weren't creating much in this game. Here we had a great chance to score. Slimani's volley hits, I think, one of their players. I think Danilo, it hit him and went out for a throw-in, but still we weren't creating that much. But then we had a great chance in the 74th minute to score, as the ball is with Mendy. Plays it into Slimani, holds up the ball really well, takes a shot. Maybe took a bit too much time to get the shot off, but keeper made a save and he couldn't score there. Then from the corner, another opportunity. Robert Hood with the header goes above the crossbar. Last season in the Premier League in real life, scored a ton of headers. Later on in this game, Porto had a chance to score here, as Mendy couldn't get the ball and couldn't clear the ball, and the ball fell to one of their attackers who, you know, took it down really well, and the finish was perfect from him. And Porto took the lead in the 90th minute of this game, and kind of disappointed with that result. I believe we deserved a draw because in the second half we were much better. In the first half, they were way more dominant than us, but still I believe we could have done a bit better. But as you can see, guys, let's move on to some transfer stuff. That game doesn't really matter that much, as I think we have already qualified for the semi-finals, which is decent. But anyways, now this Yannick Carrasco deal looks like we'll have to pay a bit more than what we offered initially, so I'm going to go with 29 million. I believe that's a good offer. So 29 million pounds for Yannick Carrasco, 82 rated, 22 years old. Let me know in the comment section if you guys think that is a good deal. I believe it's a decent deal. He's got great potential. He scored in a Champions League final as well in real life, so he's pretty awesome as well. So as you can see, in our final preseason game of the group stages, we do win 2-0. Slimani with both the goals, and we now are officially in the semi-finals. So transfer offer accepted by the board of Atletico Madrid. 29 million it is for Yannick Carrasco. I believe it's an awesome transfer. Let me know your thoughts on this transfer down in the comment section below. Do you think he'll perform well for us? Let me know down in the comment section. So 60,000 euros per week is the wages he wants, which I think is really fair, and I'm going to offer him crucial first team player role because he is going to be my first choice left midfielder. He's of course a quality player, and of course now we're going to go for Kieran Trippier and Mikel Antonio because our scouts have come back with detailed reports on them. So Trippier should cost us somewhere around £6 million, which is decent, I believe. I mean, the chief executive tells us to go up to around 8.6, so I'm going to start off with 7 million for Kieran Trippier. Let's see what Spurs come back and say. Looks like a decent offer. For Mikel Antonio, I'm going to offer something else. I'm going to offer a player, which is Ulloa, and around maybe about 4 million. I think that's a decent deal. We're still yet to get money from the sale of Ulloa, so might as well use him in a swap deal. Apart from that, we have got an additional amount of money from the preseason tournament, which is pretty nice. Hopefully West Ham will accept this transfer offer. I know it's not a big offer, but let's see what West Ham will come back and say. If they don't accept, we'll exclude Ulloa from the deal and just offer more money. We'll need more money from the preseason tournament, and that's working out. We do win the semi-finals as well. 5-4 on penalties after the game ended in a 1-1 draw. Slimani scored the only goal for us, which is really nice. Additional 2.3 million, I believe, which is awesome. And of course, guys, Yannick Carrasco accepts the contract and he will be joining us. I believe this is our first signing of this transfer window. Big signing, of course. He's going to be in that left wing role, and just imagine him, Mahrez down the wings, and of course Slimani and Vardy up front. That's just a deadly strike force, and this team is already looking really good. But as you can see, West Ham declined the transfer offer, so I'm going to offer just 6.5 million without Ulloa. Let's see what West Ham come back and say. I think it's a fair offer. Another thing, guys, I'm not sure how Ulloa is pronounced. I mean, I've been pronouncing it this way, but some people say it's Ulloa, and that just sounds so dumb. But anyways, let me know how is his name pronounced down in the comment section below. Also, Kieran Trippier deal might be going through, as Spurs have accepted a 7 million offer for him from us, which is nice to see. I'm offering him important first team player role for 3 years, £70,000 per week. I think he should accept that contract. It's a pretty solid offer. Our next game is of course against FC Porto in of course the pre-season tournament final. Before we get into that game, let's have a look at some of our finances. We can have a check at the shirt sales and how much money we have lost through player wages, etc. So player shirt sales 1.51 million. We have sold over 100,000 shirts. So highest selling shirts, Mahrez, Carrasco and Slimani. Pretty awesome there. And of course, player transfer in Yannick Carrasco for 29 million. Preseason prize money 2.64 million. This additional money we could potentially win by winning this game against Porto is massive, because it will help us get those deals, of course, of Kieran Trippier and Mikel Antonio. So this is actually a pretty important game. We need to win if we want to get those two transfers done pretty easily. So this is the team I'm going with. I'm just going with my strongest 11, and of course Yannick Carrasco starts this one. So in the second minute itself, Porto again on the attack here. They're definitely looking the better side in this first half, or in this early moments of this first half. Ruben Neves with the first opportunity to score for Porto, but his shot goes way above the crossbar. Then in the 8th minute, we finally had a chance here as Mahrez slides the ball through to Jamie Vardy. Jamie Vardy cuts it back into Riyad Mahrez, who side foots it. He probably should have gone far post, but of course this one went wide. A good attempt there nonetheless. Good build-up play at least. Another chance here for Porto. Robert, who does clear the ball, forced to Carrasco, but Neves gets the ball back into Danilo into Herrera, now to Brahimi, who takes the shot, but Zila, who is playing this game, I think his first game for us, makes a decent save there. Now Drinkwater plays the ball into Slimani. Slimani finds Carrasco really well. His first opportunity for us, he takes the shot, keeper makes it safe, but on the rebound Jamie Vardy slides home, and in the 44th minute makes it 1-0 to Leicester. Great goal from Jamie Vardy. Of course, he's hit the ground running for us first goal in his first preseason game, and now he scored again for us. I'm bringing on Andy King for drink water. Hopefully that'll help us get another goal in this game, but looks like Porto are going to score as the ball is with, right now, I think Diapotre down to Corona here. It's still Corona back into Diapotre. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name, but one of the players do manage to get a shot off, but Zila, what a save that was from him. Zila is also looking pretty good. It's really good to have two quality keepers that we can rotate occasionally. We had a great chance in the 64th minute to double up our lead as Vardy plays a great ball in to Slimani, one-on-one with the keeper, and he's in missing that. He's a lethal finisher, slots it home, bottom left corner, a brilliant finish from Slimani. It's so good to see that our strikers are getting in goals. It'll be really helpful once the Premier League begins, you know, having Slimani and Vardy both getting us the goals. Mahrez hasn't really scored for us much. He hasn't even assisted someone, but I believe he will start doing so. For now, it's been Vardy and Slimani who are doing all the job for us. And that is it for this game. 2-0 in the preseason final. We've kind of taken revenge from AC Porto for, you know, beating us in that earlier game we played against them. And we won our first trophy with Leicester City, which is awesome. First silverware, and really good to see that we have already won something with Leicester, even if it's only a preseason trophy. But anyway, some more good news as Kieran Trippier has accepted the contract we offered him. So Kieran Trippier will be joining us as well, and he will now be our first choice right back, which I think will be just amazing for us. And we'll of course have Simpson play back up to him. Also, this Mikel Antonio deal might be going through as well. I'm going to be offering him 90 grand per week, squad rotation player. He probably should accept that. Let's see what happens. 76 rated, 26 years old. He's going to be a great player for us and an amazing backup option to Riyad Mahrez. Of course, we are going to be playing in the Champions League, so we'll need all the help we can get, all the squad depth. And of course, contract offer has been accepted. So Mikel Antonio has joined Leicester City, and I believe I'm not going to be making any more transfers. We don't really have money left, but I still think, well, we already have a complete squad right now, at least until the next 6 months, and when we can decide whether to make improvements or not. For now, I think it's a complete squad, but if you guys have any transfer suggestions for maybe the next transfer window or even this one, maybe some last minute swap deals or something like that, make sure to drop them down in the comment section below. For now, doing some training, Carrasco, Gray, Musa, Amati, Mendy, all getting some training. Hopefully they'll grow in their overall very soon. Monthly scouting update. As you guys know, we have to get some, you know, objectives done regarding scouting. We got to sign a few players here, and I think one from each position: goalkeeper, midfielder, defender, and forward. So maybe we can get one done right now. Not too many good players from this batch of youngsters, but we have one, and that is Reece Wright. You guys will see his potential very soon. Henry Griffiths and Alfie Davis, not really impressed with them, but Reece Wright looks like a decent player. 68 to 92 potential, and looks like an athletic player with decent technical ability as well. So we have signed him up. I'm going to wait on Alfie Davis, and if his overall does increase a bit, we will snap him up. But for now, we've got in a good youngster in Reece Wright, and soon, hopefully, he will be playing in the first team of Leicester City. Guys, we won't be playing that game against United in today's episode. We're going to just stick with these 2 games we played, and in the next episode, we'll have that game against United, and we'll start off our Premier League campaign. If you have noticed, our manager reputation has gone down to 79. That is because we haven't been completing our financial objective. Now, the objective was to, you know, limit our spending and only keep it to 10% increase in the player wages, but it's gone up to 15% thanks to the signings of Carrasco and all. But hopefully through player sales of Ujoa, it'll come back down. But it's surprising that, you know, the board have already put down our reputation. I mean, we won the preseason tournament, for God's sake. At least it should have gone up by, you know, maybe 1 or 2 when it was 80 itself, but it doesn't really matter that much as long as we're not sacked. But this is how the squad looks probably until January. It's very strong, guys. I mean, a few players under 80, but it's just such a good team. We have only 1.62 million left. That's what, 45,000 in our wages. Any swap deals might be possible, so let me know if you guys have any swap deals in mind, and I'll try to get them done in the next episode. Of course, transfer deadline day is still about 4 weeks away. Next episode, we'll start off our league campaign along with playing that Community Shield game against United, which is massive. Hopefully we can win that as well. So 2 trophies in, like, you know, the start of the series itself, which will be amazing, although one of them isn't official, which is the preseason trophy, but still, it'll be a good start to the series. Player of the episode, undoubtedly, well, Jamie Vardy for scoring a goal and getting an assist to that Slimani goal. Average rating in that game, basically the rating of that game, 9.5. Pretty impressed with him in that game. I mean, his pace is just too good. 93 pace he's got, I think. which is ridiculously good. Slimani here with the finish, Vardy with the assist, and hence he is your player of the episode for 2 straight episodes, which is awesome. But that is it for today's episode. Really hope you guys are enjoying this Leicester City career mode. I'm loving recording it. The support has been awesome on the series. If you guys can keep that up by dropping a like on this video, it'll be really appreciated, and make sure to subscribe for more FIFA 17 content. Also, I'll be doing a double upload tomorrow of the Juventus and the Leicester City career mode, so if you guys are excited for that, smash that like button, subscribe for more content, and I will see you guys very soon for another episode of this series.